Hey everybody, welcome to Average Guy Opinions. I am your average guy, John Corelli. I kind of, I think I had a flashback to 40 years ago when I was 15, 16 years old. My voice was changing. I don't know what's going on, but hey, here we go. First of all, at the top, got to give a big shout out to my man Logan Dimert and my other man Max Aguiar. The two of them work together. I've mentioned them once in a while in my videos. They run Janky Jank Productions. They've made films. They do game reviews. They might even do Twitch streaming. I don't know, guys. Maybe if you want to say something in the comments to let and maybe provide a link in the comments so people can go see what you've done, because these guys are right around 30 years old. They're amazing creators. I think you guys have been friends at least since high school. And I just want to let you know, to the both of you, I appreciate you both so much for being regular listeners on this. My mom is also a regular listener, watcher. Excuse me. And yeah, I hope I'm not fighting a cold, because it is Saturday morning and I do not want to go into the weekend with a cold. But here's what I came to talk about today. As you can see from the title, my sex life. Yeah, you're welcome. Nobody wants to know about a 56-year-old man's sex life, but you know what? I kind of run out of shit. This is why I took 2 years off, because let's be honest, the day-to-day life of a 56-year-old man, like I say, an average guy with his average opinions, is not great. You know, I could give you updates on what goes on in my life every day, and sometimes I do that, but I'm trying to do more opinions, and I've kind of been amiss with the whole Israeli-Palestine situation. I need to probably address that, and I probably also will do a bunch of videos this weekend. That might just be the format I have, the way I have to do this. My life is very busy during the week. As you know, those of you who know me well, I have a very stressful job. I'll do another video on that because I got my ass kicked again this week by a student. And yeah, let's get into the sex, shall we? So 2023 was kind of a good sex year for me, which I'm not bragging. It just was how it worked out. I hadn't had sex in about 3 years. My girlfriend, who I was really crazy about, just dumped me going right into the pandemic. Just boop. So no sex in the years 2021, or 2022. Luckily, I find things to keep busy, you know, comedy, writing, other types of writing. My kids, you know, I live with both of them. I have a trans child and a child with autism. Both need my support, and I'm here as a full-time dad for both of them. So so I met a woman, and I'm not going to name any names or even try to give too much of a hint about these people because I want to respect their privacy. But yeah, four different women. I think I know I mentioned it one time in the past, because Max was like, "Wow, you're getting a lot, man." He's like, "I'm barely more than half your age. I didn't get any in 2023." But just to go through the timeline real quick, so met a woman through comedy. You know, we kind of hit it off, and here's the thing. I date age appropriate. You know, all the women I've been with are in their 40s or 50s, and I'm 56, so I think that's okay. But yeah, the first woman, we just hit it off, but then we found out, and oh, what I was gonna say, and I've done jokes about this. Women in their 50s are fine generally if you just want to get right to it, because that's something that, as we get older, and we know we're not going to have a lot of sex in our 70s, most likely, especially women. Um, I think women want to test the waters, right, and see if you bring what they like, and there's nothing wrong with that. No judgment. I mean, we're having safe sex generally, generally. But yeah, so the first woman I had sex with was 2 times, and we figured out otherwise we were not a good match. She was very Christian. I am very not. Otherwise, a very cool person though. Like, she literally just told me I can't have a sustained relationship with an atheist. It's just too much against what I'm about as a Christian. But she's a very cool Christian. She's very liberal. She's into, you know, she's just one of those weird ones for me, where a Christian's very liberal and cool. They exist, but they didn't. This person didn't want to be with me. A little asterisk on this person. Like I said, we had sex 2 or 3 times. I think twice, and one of those times was in the PBS baby room, where you know, employees and visitors are encouraged to take care of their babies, and in our case it was the baby making room. Am I right? Ha ha ha. Thank God we didn't, because she's in menopause, so no, she couldn't. Anyway, so there's that. Then about a month later, woman I was working with approached me And once again, you date a couple times and then you get into it. And we I liked her a lot. She liked me a lot. I think we had a little more in common than I did with the first person, but we also had some things that we didn't have in common. And she had been divorced about a year or two, and she was really being with a lot of men. And I was, once again, I don't judge that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being one of a lot of men as long as we're being smart and safe about it. And I thought it was really good sex for a month or two. But then all of a sudden, this is a person that has a real issue being alone, and she slapped the boyfriend tag on me. And I compare the boyfriend tag for a guy that's been single for a while to the franchise tag on, in football when they name a franchise player. They don't like it generally because I think there's a limit in pay, there's a limit in your free agency and where you can go and what you can do. And even though you may get good pay, it probably isn't the pay of the star player on the team. Usually the franchise player is not the star player of the team. So that's how it felt. And I was just like, I'm not ready for the boyfriend tag yet. And she really just got super clingy super fast. And I wasn't ready for that. And so we cut it off after a month or two. So that was, yeah. And then I had a long spring and summer with no sex. And then I met another person in August, September, and and this is the person I've talked about in a few past videos. That I fell really hard for. And I thought she was falling hard for me based on her actions and our interactions. And she's still great. I still have nothing but positive feelings for her. But yeah, it was a quick 2 months of a lot of fun. Not a lot of sex, to be honest, because neither of us really have a home life that is conducive to having a lot of sex because I have my kids all the time. My ex-wife visits on the weekends, which is weird. I'm not going to lie, but it's a good weird. We have weekends together. My ex-wife Dylan often comes over on Friday nights and stays in all the way into Sunday. Sometimes it's shorter than that. She always brings food, which is great. But we know there's no intimacy there. We don't even touch each other, really. There's nothing there anymore. It's just a former couple that had love and all the other things that come with it. That didn't work out. My fault, not hers. Well, a little bit on her. I'm not going to put it all on me. Anyway, but I don't want to get too into that. But then it's just, but like I said, it's just not conducive to us, to either of us having sex. I live in a duplex situation with my parents, same with her. So we have parents and in my case, kids, and even an ex-wife in close proximity, which isn't conducive to having sex. But, we did a few times, and so that was my third person that I had sex with. Like I said, the person I by far loved probably the most out of these four people. And then my final act of sex, sounds like a crime when you say it that way. Sometimes it is. Kidding. It should never be criminal, guys. It should always be nice. It should be wonderful for both of you. Reminds me of a little known movie called Outside Providence that Alec Baldwin was in. And it's one of my favorite sex quotes. He said, sex should be like Chinese dinner. It's not over till you both get your cookies. I love that. So, but my last person is a person I've known for a very long time, since the 80s, so over 35 years. And we've been friends, and we've never explored the sexual part. And we're both like, hey, we've always had that thought in the back of our head that maybe we could work out as a couple, or maybe we could have the friends with benefits thing. We tried the friends with benefits thing. We literally did the benefit one time. I thought it went really well. She said it went really well, but then she kind of freaked out and was like, I can't do this. I can't do friends with benefits. And I was like, all right, well, we had a long discussion about it, and you seemed okay with it, and you seemed okay with the sex, but this is where oftentimes men and women are built differently. And so it was very nice, and we're going to be friends until one of us dies, I think, most likely. But we're taking a little time off from each other after this because I think we both ran into frustrations. She says, well, I don't want to settle. I'm like, that kind of is insulting. And I understand when she says settling, she means I want a real relationship. But it's like, you just said you were okay with this. So a little confusing. That happened right around Christmas time. So yeah, there's my year in sex. I don't think any of these women even watch these videos. I sure hope not. I don't think even my friends know generally who these women are. So I'm hoping that stays safe. I'm hoping it doesn't get back to any of them. But that was my year in sex in a quick 10 minutes. Yeah, probably had about 20 reps overall, maybe 25. But yeah, I might have to be. My new mantra for this year is to be a little more selective. Not that these women are not all great people, but maybe just to slow down again, get to know myself a little better, and try to figure shit out going into the new year. Because for me, it's been a great January. Things are going great, and so I try not to mess it up. Thanks, guys. That's the sex life of a middle-aged man. We'll talk soon again, and thanks for watching and listening. Whatever you're doing, I hope it's going well for you. Have a great weekend, y'all. Talk soon. Bye.